So I'm on my way to work, and the person I'll be working with, I guess, made some sort of comment to somebody about me, and not really caring to work with me, which is fine. And the person who told me was like, "Man, if I was you, I'd call out. I wouldn't put up with that." And for a short minute, yeah, it kind of is like, yeah, I can show them, okay, if you don't appreciate my presence, I'll just remove it. But the problem is, it's kind of not my work ethic, and if we remove ourselves from adversity, then we leave ourselves in a deficit where growth is possible, where lesson is possible, and where sometimes solution is possible. So if my solution is to not address the issue, or at least put myself in the presence to change things, then nothing will change. And that has a lot to do with that person, but it has everything to do with me. Because we all know you can change jobs, you can change neighborhoods, you can change schools, you can change teams, you can change relationships, but if you aren't willing to put yourself into what's going to make change, or at least get answers out of it, then you're the common denominator in why you keep moving from thing to thing. And that's not a bad thing. We learn and we grow at the pace that we're at. And in this instance, for me, it's not that big of a deal to feel like, well, I have to emotionally remove myself. Now, if I just had something where I couldn't make it to work, that would be different. But my work ethic is that if I'm scheduled, then I'm going to be there. And I've had to work with people who probably didn't care for me prior to this, and at afterwards as well. And the thing is, it's not even a personality conflict where we're at odds. There were no words. We didn't have any, standoff or anything else. Just when people decide that they want to kind of do less work than everyone else, then it changes how they now view people who, kind of hold them accountable. And I'm nobody's authority. I'm nobody's sheepdog. I don't, oversee everybody or anything else like that. But that's generally what this comes down to, is when somebody wants to do less work, when they work with certain people, they don't get that luxury. So it's not a bad thing. It's not like we had a big argument or there were names called or anything else. It just is what it is. But here we are. And again, what I came to the conclusion was, yeah, that I could always use a day off, but one, it takes away from a sick day or a PTO day that I might need later on. That's the first part. And probably even before that, it's really just not who I am. I don't run from a fight, but I don't run at one either. I'll keep myself in the area to where if something happens, then we can address it. But the work ethic, and if people want to be unprofessional and talk behind your back, or people want to do that, again, it doesn't even have to be in work. It can be at school. It can be in any areas. If you're facing a bully, if you're dealing with all those things, running from them will just keep you running. At some point, you do need to at least keep your presence there. So if there's something to be said, you're there and privy. And in some cases, you can certainly address it to the person and allow them to maybe speak what was lost in translation between them and the person who told you, in this case, who told me. So there's always options, but removing yourself just altogether from something minor. Now, if it's something a little bigger, then yes, I agree. Remove yourself from it. But this wasn't something worth losing time at work, worth losing a day that I might need later for a sick day. It's not worth how I was going to think about the rest of the day. I could have occupied my day, but how I was going to think about it. Because in the back of your mind, when you call out, you know that you're still missing something. It's just part of our training, our understanding of what being at work means. And sometimes we have to break free from that and definitely take that serenity day or what have you. But in a lot of cases, this wasn't one of those days. I don't know. It just wasn't one of those days where I thought, wow, I'm going to show her by not showing up. sounded good, but it sounded good to like me from a much younger stage in life. It sounded good for about a split second, just knowing that I would have the day off. But then again, did you have the day off? Because a lot of times your mind is still wrapped in the notion that you weren't at work, or how's it going to be when you go back to work. I don't want to think about what my check is going to look like because I missed a day at work, or what my PTO is going to look like, or my sick days. That I don't need to diminish things based off of what somebody else's ideas about me are. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Leave in the comments. Would love to hear from you guys. And as always, I hope this finds everybody in your place, pursuit, or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. Peace, love, unity, solidarity, and as always, subscriptions and videos. So stick around.